Maybe we move on from this.
Oh!
No,
let's move on. Right.
No, I'm in.
So.
I'm in. I'm out. Right, I'm definitely over this hole.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the Reel Spiel Podcast. Today I'm joined by Sally Bendtson from Limelight HR and we're going to play mini golf. I'm so excited to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk things all HR in the media world and how it should be done properly. It's a little bit different, but I think really relevant for production companies, agencies, media companies, how things should be done, and really using HR to drive creativity, performance, and making projects amazing. So we're going to talk to Sally, have a game of mini golf and see how it goes. Hello and welcome to the Reel Spiel Podcast. I'm here today with Sally.
Hello.
Sally from Limelight HR. We thought we'd mix it up today. We normally do a walk and talk outside, and we're still outside, as you can see, but we're going to play mini golf.
Woo!
While talking about HR.
Yay!
So Sally runs Limelight HR, which you can tell us what HR you do and what Limelight does.
Okay.
But Sally's got a great background in it. We'll get into it. But all this is about media industry, HR. Sally's got a great background, and we'll talk about some other things as well, like TikTok and lots of different things. While having a competition, I'm not going to be able to keep score of this while asking you questions and playing.
I'm not sure I can talk and play. But...
So we might just see in the edit, but you have already declared you're going to win.
I have declared I am the winner.
So, up to you. Do you want to go first or second?
Second.
Second. Okay.
So I can learn from your mistakes.
What I'll do then, do you have I was going to choose, do you want a ball?
No, you pick a ball.
So what we'll do is I'll ask you the first question and you can answer as we go. So, well, first of all, do you want to tell us what you do and what Limelight does?
Yeah, so Limelight does...
This is bent, isn't it? Sorry.
Excuse me, you've just asked me a question.
It is. Sorry, right. What does Limelight do?
So what I do, we do HR for small businesses, but we're all about making it fun and about people and playing crazy golf and doing silly stuff. And we try and do people over process and do creative things and help small businesses do all the things that big businesses get to do. And they wouldn't normally have the support in place to do that. I can't concentrate because I'm watching you.
Sorry. And it is worth saying, that's why I thought of you for mini golf, because you are really fun.
Thank you, Adam.
And you're firm, and I should say we use you for our HR because you're fantastic and you do great. So I thought straight away, mini golf, HR, fantastic. Your office is in Harrogate, just over there.
It is. We're in Windsor House, and we do work with quite a lot of media companies. And my background was working in media, so BBC and Nickelodeon and all of those places down in London. And so we set up the business and wanted to work with other media and creative businesses because they're just quite fun. And we like to have fun, so it works.
Different. So I got it in 3.
Okay, I'm going to do it with. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to try with the tea.
Okay. No pressure. Oh, that's quite good at.
Oh
no.
Oh! I thought maybe.
That was quite good.
I'm going to have to hold the tea all the way around now. Pressure.
You.
Thank you.
You're actually ahead, which is not a good start for me. So, you've kind of answered the next question already, but that's good. But I'll ask you again. What's your history in HR? What kind of stuff have you done? Because obviously you've got quite a focus on media, right? Media and creative.
Yes.
And it'd be great to hear a bit about your background in that to add, because this podcast is for creative people, marketers, communications people who run agencies and production companies. So it'd be just great to hear a bit about your background.
So I'm originally from Harrogate, but I moved down to London. Oh, it's you first, isn't it? I moved down to London about 15 or so years ago and started out my HR career in a property investment company, and then that's when I went to Red Bee Media after that, and then BBC, Nickelodeon, Comedy Central. And I think that's where you learn. People do their best when they're creative and having fun, and you can't expect people to be creative if you're trying to get them all to conform to
Sorry, that was just... I am listening, but...
You're not, he's not listening at all. Good job you know me. I just think people do their best when they're creative and having fun and got freedom and they're not being policed by things. So that's the way we like to approach HR. So it worked for us to work with other creative companies.
Absolutely.
And it's just about engaging people and building a good culture.
Absolutely, and that's the ethos. I absolutely share that. I think 100%. And I think, you know what, I'll move on. I was going to ask you why you love HR in the media industry, but you've kind of answered that. So we'll
What about why I love HR? I don't know why I'm coming up with my own questions now.
No, it's because I'm not a very good host. So.
I mean, I didn't like to say, Adam.
What I'm going to ask you actually.
Oh, wait, that didn't count.
No, it did count.
I love this guy.
Just to say. So what for you? Obviously, you've worked with great organisations.
Oh!
You've worked with.
Yes.
I'm secretly happy. You've worked with Nickelodeon and lots of different companies.
Yeah.
What do you see? I mean, HR now is such a vast subject, right?
Yes.
There's so much to it. But what makes creative people tick? So in an organisation, you've got a bunch of creatives, a bunch of production people, whatever it is. What makes them tick? Do you want to go first?
Yeah, it looks like I am actually now that I'm going for it.
What makes them tick?
I think freedom and autonomy, and not having set rules that. Oh, darn it!
So Steve, you play golf.
I do.
What does that mean?
It means, well, I don't know about the mini golf rule book.
It means you're utterly
In the
useless.
golf rule book, it would mean that you go back to the tee, which is the
And start
time
again.
box, but take 3.
We won't do +3. I feel like that. Should we do +3?
No.
No, okay.
Your rules.
It's just what? That was 1. This is number 2.
That's fine.
So yes, see, it's about not applying rules because you ruin everybody's fun when you apply a rule.
100%.
So this is a perfect
example
of creativity and freedom. And look how better I did with that creativity and freedom.
You absolutely did.
But I think it's that thing as well with creatives, sometimes because they're so good and then they get promoted and they become managers and then they don't get to do all the creative stuff that they loved, and then they lose a bit of love for their job, and you've got to make sure people still have that creativity in their roles.
100%.
I'm really bad at this.
I can vouch for that from even the.
I'm just going to move that out a bit.
There's maybe.
I'm really going with the there's no ruls in life.
It's fine. I'm completely used to cheating.
I'm not cheating, Adam.
Some would say.
Hey, la la la.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say. So, no, I can completely vouch for that though, because I'm almost like a creative turned business owner.
Yes.
And I do miss that.
Yes.
Days. So when you're in a creative and you're right, being promoted, I can see people missing it.
Yeah.
And I know it's a really massive subject, and this applies, I guess, to any organisation. But why is culture so important?
I mean, you just think about the amount of hours you're at work every day, and you've got to enjoy that, and you've got to be in a healthy workplace where people are nice and treat each other well and respect each other. And surely you'd think it was a basic human right. But it is, it's just what makes people feel good and feel included and feel part of something. It's that whole community thing. I think now more than ever, people need to feel that they've got support and they're part of something and that they believe in what they do and that they work with loads of other people that believe in it as well.
Yeah. And do you want me to?
You could go with this one.
And it is important, this, in terms of I completely agree with everything you're saying. It's so important to have that running through the company. And for creative companies and production companies and agencies, how do you think a great culture actually boosts and improves what they do? You know what I mean? Like the actual output and the creative and the collaboration. Yeah. How does it boost it?
I think if you imagine anything you do in life, when you feel happy, as you nearly were.
Oh, I was so nearly happy.
But if you feel really happy and inspired and supported, you just have that more of an energy about you.
Yeah.
You have a more positive attitude.
Yeah.
You feel capable of doing more.
Yeah.
It just impacts everything that you approach. So I think that's why it's really important to keep that going, especially now when people are struggling.
Yeah. In the world today.
You need to create that for people. because everybody knows what it's like when you're having fun, and if you go to a comedy or a theatre thing or something where you're fully present and you're enjoying yourself, it makes you feel better about everything in life and more positive, and that you can achieve things.
Yeah.
So if you create that kind of environment for people to be in, they can do their best work.
100%. No, it's something I completely...
Maybe I need to put the tea down for this one. Maybe I need to get serious now, because you're like beating me.
No, to be honest, I had a bad second hole. I'm not sure. I think it might be quite even. Oh no.
Oh! Oh my God, apologies to anybody listening.
So yeah, this is on Spotify, which has no video, just sound.
Oh no!
So this is just audio.
Oh no!
Which is great, really. I'm really looking forward to the comments.
Oh, this
anyway,
is awkward.
So,
you're never going to do crazy golf for this
no,
again.
I'm thinking of more activities.
I think I won that hole.
Let's talk about values. Obviously, companies have values, and a lot of companies, I think, have them as token gestures.
Yes.
Controversial, I know. Just said it out loud.
It's true.
Why is it so important, A, to develop values, but B, to be serious about them and see them run intrinsically through that company? Like, live them.
I think because your values are essentially... That's it, mic drop moment.
That was good, that wasn't it?
That was really good.
That was really good.
I mean, I'm pleased for you, but sad for me.
Just want to check if the camera didn't catch it. That was a hole in one. For me, just to check. You caught that, yeah?
Not rolling.
Oh, it's not rolling. Yeah, I know. It's fine. Okay, well, match that.
Oh,
anyway,
the pressure.
as we're talking about fairness, culture, and honesty.
Yes.
Match that.
So
Anyway,
I would say competitiveness would be the value we're
talking about the
displaying
values
right now.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, is like, what do you want your business to stand for, and what do you want your people to stand for? Sorry, it's so bad. So it's like how you do things. No, I mean a hole in 10.
This isn't bad.
It's the behaviours that you want. It's how you want people to act towards each other and to your clients. It also tells the people that you work with, like as in your clients, if you're on the same kind of lane as them in how did that end up back there?
Steve, did you just catch that?
I've really gone downhill. I have to be honest, I hate losing, so now I'm just having a free for all. Yeah, I'm struggling right now, Adam. I'm really struggling. Yeah.
Love it.
But
fine,
no,
I
have to say, I do think the values are really important, and I think it's true what you said, that loads of companies create them, but it's just based on something they've got in their head, and nobody's really on board with it. And it's got to be stuff that really matters to people.
Yeah.
And it's got to be something that's really clear to them and that they see happening every day, and that it's how you live life every day from the top down. This is the problem. You put values out and you put them all over your website and you shout to everybody, and then people come and join the business and go, this is brilliant because they really care about this, this and this. Yeah. And then they work there and none of that is true.
Yeah.
Or it's not modelled by the senior team, and yet they're expected to do it. So
100%. And I guess something else. Really
that was all right.
You obviously work with organisations of different sizes.
Yeah.
And you've worked with organisations with mine, which is like a small production company, and then you've worked for places like the BBC and Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
How do you communicate these values? So communication's so important.
Yeah.
How do you get them out there? How do you get everyone on the same page? How do you get everyone singing from the same hymn sheet?
Yeah.
Because I think that's what a lot of businesses struggle with, right? They go, okay, great, we've got these values and we've spent a lot of time putting them together, but actually getting them to live it. We've spoken there about the logic of it and why you need to, but how do they do it?
Yeah. I think there's that thing as well where you could go around a business and say, what are the company values, and nobody can answer. I don't believe it. This is...
That was a... They've both been a fluke. They've both been a complete
I'm having
fluke.
none of it. I'm going for the wooden spoon award now.
But back onto values, let's go.
Yeah. I'm showing poor values now by being a poor loser. I can't even remember what you'd asked now.
I asked you about how you communicate these things.
Oh,
so
yeah.
What tools do you use?
Yeah, so I think it's really important to do it literally from the minute, in fact, not even from when somebody starts, from the minute you start interviewing, in fact, from the minute you advertise your role.
Yeah.
Your values need to be really clear in your advert. They need to be really clear through your recruitment process in terms of the questions that you ask and the way that you behave towards people. You can't talk about honesty and respect and integrity, but then not give somebody the job and refuse to tell them why.
Absolutely.
Then when you do bring somebody on board, before they've even joined, it's making sure that they get a sense of what does it feel like to be part of that team and what are those values. You could be sending them things in the post that talk about it. You could be sending them videos. You could be sending them gifts that are related to something that you do. I mean, I'm literally so bad
Steve,
at this.
I know you filmed it going there, but just so you know, it went backwards. Yeah. So it didn't go the way it should have.
Look at my trick shot. Oh dear.
No, but no, I agree, and I think all that stuff around.
Oh.
That was very close. So I
what I'm
agree.
saying is you need to put it through everything. So then it's when you onboard somebody, it's part of that. It's part of the probationary review. It's part of the appraisal process. It's part of the training. It's just got to be referred to and used all the time, and specific examples of you, because you can have a word like passion, but what does that mean and how does somebody show that they've got passion? So you need to give people examples of that.
Yeah, and I agree. Obviously, we've spoken about, and you've mentioned there, using stuff like videos and films.
Yes.
To do it. But,
yeah, I think it's a great way.
And it is a great way. We've done that. But you're right, it's all those other things as well. Like, we do make videos like that, but there's no point making it, putting it out there and go, well, everyone should live it now.
Yes.
You're completely right. It's,
Yeah.
It's all the other processes, the human touches as well, the elements of truly living it.
Yeah.
Truly. It's
And if you can do things around like company awards or company recognition, where you use the values. I don't do it. That is unbelievable. This is a sham. This is an absolute sham. Come and play crazy golf and get absolutely trounced.
This is genuinely never happened to me before. I've never even played this course.
Whatever.
Sally has. Sorry, I just have that there. No, I've genuinely never do this.
I'm genuinely hurting inside right now.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm really happy it's happening, but I've never done it.
On camera as well.
Yeah,
I think this is the worst I've ever played.
It's gonna go out to the millions of viewers we have. So
I think this is a recognition that I'm not a multitasker.
So
I cannot talk and play mini golf.
Well, that's right. How about let's just do this hole to catch up.
Oh look, Sally did really badly again. Woo! Okay, thanks for finding it so funny.
Okay, I'm actually thinking the next. I've got an idea to playing tennis with someone.
Not me.
How do you think that'll go down?
Oh, see, if I'd not been playing one hole, Andy.
Good that. So, next question I've got, and it is about. Okay.
Let me just get my tea.
Get it. We make films, we make animations. I get that. We've just spoken about that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's more than just that. You can do loads of stuff. You can do posters. You can do flyers. You can do whatever.
T-shirts.
Yeah, and even like real life actions, like you see examples.
Yeah.
So what visual things do you think organisations, just as a standard, should have? There's like wall branding and there's all sorts of stuff.
I think you've just run through all the visual things,
probably.
Adam.
Sorry. But is there anything that you see as like better than other things of bringing a team together?
I think genuine connection is the most important thing. Genuine sense of community and togetherness and having a shared experience, because you can tell people as much as they like, but if everybody's just left to get on with their jobs and they're not really brought together, and I don't mean brought together for a team meeting, like communications and team meetings, so important. You've got to all be on the same page from a work point of view, but if you don't bring people together over a shared experience that's fun and engaging, where people get to be themselves and forget about work, then you're missing like the heart of it and the fun of it. And that's where your value should really come through, that you've created this sense of community, that everybody shares something and they all enjoy spending time with each other doing something different, something fun. And I think that's really important in any small business, particularly.
100%.
Oh jeez.
I felt like Steve, there was a bit of cheating going on there. Did you see how far forward that one started?
Look, I'm not even holding it right. Oh, it's as if somehow it is. I think I have been karma'd all over this golf course.
Oh, brilliant.
It might be the club.
It might. Do you want to swap for the final now?
Yes. Thank you.
Ooh, okay. Right. So.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, your tea. I keep forgetting about that.
All right.
So, we've spoken a lot about values, culture. That's great.
Yeah.
I think let's move on to something else now for the final stretch of this.
Okay.
Don't know who's winning, so we'll
I think as we said at the beginning, me.
So, recruitment. Recruiting the right talent and fit.
Yeah.
So you've got all these values, you've got your company culture, you've got everything set, you've got a great team.
Yeah.
They always say bad recruitment can ruin everything.
Yes.
Good recruitment can make it thrive, all that stuff.
Yeah.
What would maybe be some of your top tips for recruiting the right people to fit what you've built as a culture and values and all that sort of stuff?
I think it's being clear about what you want from somebody, because quite often I see people recruiting somebody for what they think they want, and then the person's talents aren't actually used because it's not really what they needed in the business.
It's broken. It's genuinely broken.
Just use your foot. Ah, okay.
There you go.
Oh,
Sorry,
look, you do well even in that circumstance. I'm so
Thanks.
happy for you.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, I think it's being really clear about what you want. I think it's having a really good recruitment process where from the minute you start it, you respect everybody's time and effort and energy that they put into it. There's nothing worse than asking people to apply for a job and then leaving them out in the cold for ages, or you get them in for interviews and you don't bother giving them any feedback.
Yeah.
So it's creating that really good experience even if they're not going to join you.
Yeah.
And then it's making sure you've got the right interview questions, so you've got a mixture of can they do what you need, because absolutely as a small business, and I do agree that you should recruit for behaviours as much as skills, but in a small business you have to concentrate on the skills as well. It's not enough to just be like they're a great person.
Everyone's so pivotal, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they've got to have the skills, but they've really got to have the right sort of sensibility, and they've got to be on board with your values. So you've got to have the right questions to understand, not just so that people can give an ideal answer, but they give a real genuine answer that gives you a real sense of who they are and how they're going to work in your business.
It's something I find really hard as well in
like crazy golf.
in recruitment is so, how can I say it? You've got like an hour with someone, 2 hours, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the same for them, right?
Yeah.
Because I truly believe it's not just does the organisation want the individual, it's does the individual want the organisation.
Yes.
And that's something I often say when I interview people. I think it's really,
it's not
really
the stick,
important.
it's me.
I think it's really, really important. And I think having that recruitment process is vital. But I guess what I'm trying to say is,
spit it out, love.
We've all made some good hires, we've all made some bad hires. Oh, Sally's just broken the golf course. Harrogate Council, we're really sorry, please don't watch this. We'll pay for any damages.
My giant foot.
To those who have made what they would perceive as maybe not the best hire for them, and some who've made great hires, it's up and down. It is so hard, that process you've got. And as well, someone who is in a role and they may think they've made the wrong decision. Yeah. And they go, I need to get out of here. What I guess advice would you have for them?
I think the first thing is, as a small business as well, you've got to make sure that you're set up to give somebody a good start.
Yeah.
Because you know what it's like in small businesses, you're really busy and it's really easy to just get somebody in and say, I need somebody to hit the ground running. I mean, how often do you hear that? But realistically,
all the time.
Exactly, but how realistic is it for somebody that's never worked in the business to come in and within 2 days be taking everything on, be doing it in the way that you want, know which systems to use, know what processes to use, know how to speak to your clients? It's just unrealistic.
Especially a small business, right?
Yeah.
When a small business is normally, let's face it, it is the owner a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It hinges on them. A bigger business may be a bit easier, but a smaller business, it's like a lot of people buy the owner and you're trying to grow out of that.
Yeah.
So
but it's like everything people related. If you're not going to put your people first and make the time for them, then don't expect them to be the best people that they're going to be. Yeah. And you have to be honest with yourself. Have I given this person every opportunity to be really good at their job? And if you haven't, do something about it.
Yeah, 100%. No, I agree. It is a topic, as you know, having known you a while, I'm very passionate about.
I'm losing it. We're on camera going to catch me losing it.
it's almost, I guess.
I never want to play this game again. Still going to make me go.
No, it's yeah, of course, we've got to finish that. I mean,
Boom.
I was going to, no, actually, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. So, right, big question.
Yeah.
A big question while we're playing mini golf.
Yeah.
More of a thought leadership question, although everything you've said is fantastic.
Don't know if I've got it in me after this trouncing.
It's been, well, we won't put the score up, how about that?
I mean, I think it's quite clear where this is going without a score.
So, the future of workforces.
Oh.
We've had a pretty mad 4 or 5 years, right? Where lots gone on and the workforce has changed a lot. You know, my business, I don't think is ridiculously old. It's been employing people about 7 years, but even I've seen in that 7 years how workforces have changed so much.
Yeah.
Because of COVID, because of cost of living, so many different things, and society has changed. Where do you see it going? Because I feel at the moment people are actually coming back to the office. Not fully, but people are trying to come back a bit more and spend time with each other. But how do you see it progressing?
Most of the business I'm talking to are, if they've got an element of home working, they're still struggling to find that balance. I think from now on, there's always going to be a need to have a balance, especially if you're wanting to recruit the best people. But, haha.
Sorry, it dropped it.
Oh, what a shame. I'm so sorry for you. Oh,
Sorry,
look, it's like
carry
a
on.
Sally
Sorry.
go.
I might have put you off.
You did. I actually can't remember
You
what
were
I was saying.
talking about, there we go, to recruit the best people, it's about having a balance.
Yes, so you do have to have that balance now, and you'll never get away from that.
Yeah.
Some businesses do stipulate people have got to be in all the time, and if that works for that business and they've got a reason for it, a genuine reason for it, then absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I think the businesses that are struggling are the ones that have left it really open
Yeah.
as to whether you come in or out, and then you almost can't get anybody in because they don't know when other people are going to be in, and then they don't want to come in because they might be the only person in that day.
Yeah.
But I genuinely believe there is a lot of mental health struggles at the moment across all businesses, all industries, and my personal opinion is it's not healthy for people to be at home all the time.
Agreed.
And not having part of, that's my whole thing about community and being part of something. And I think it's a struggle when you're at home, and businesses have got a responsibility to look after people and their mental health, and sometimes put things in place where they, request people to come in for their own good, and they try and make sure that they've got additional support. It's not enough just to say come in the office, you'll be fine. But I think businesses need to look at how they're making sure people are feeling happy and safe. And
Everything you've just said absolutely resonates, and I'm more than happy to talk about my own business and what's happened there, because I definitely felt it both sides. Like, yeah, people wanted to stay at home, and I think it became a habit, right? It became a habit because of COVID.
yeah,
But
Yes.
it almost fragments a team, right? And it's both sides, because those people who are at home want, is it a struggle? Those people who are at
literally
home
hate this game.
they still want the human touch, but they're not getting it at home. But those people who want to come into the office actually miss the people at home and want to work with them. What just happened?
Sorry, I'm just losing it.
It's
like
fine.
literally.
It's fine. Yeah, and those people at home, oh dear, that wasn't
I
good,
think maybe
was
we
it?
just move to the next hole.
Okay, we can move to the
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
So yeah, and those people who are at home.
You know what's really important in life is recognising when you're not good at something and just moving on.
Absolutely. It's a good tip as well for the workplace.
Yeah.
So those people who are in the office want people at home to come in because they want the team. And those people who are at home, you're right,
Yeah.
almost become a bit fragmented. And
Yeah.
I won't mind saying, last year I felt like I was a bit of a dinosaur, because we have this whole new thing of home, and I had what you had, no rules, do what you want.
Yeah.
And actually, what you're saying is completely right, your advice, because I found it wasn't a team as much.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, we're going to have some set days in the office, which actually everyone was game for. But I felt, as a business owner who tries to be quite forward thinking,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is not the modern day. And you know what? The team love
Yeah.
it. They have the structure. They know
Yeah.
when they're coming in. They all see each other on the same days.
Yeah.
They arrange creative sessions for those days when they're together.
Yeah.
It's more productive. Profits increase because of it, where
Yeah.
it was decreasing before. And you actually go, no, adding that structure, we've still got the flexibility. People work
Yeah.
at home some days. but it really works.
But that's what good management is. It's finding the balance between flexibility and autonomy and going, actually, I'm going to suggest something and make something happen that's going to work for people. And that I think is for the best for the business and the individuals. And that's what good management is, not just letting things go and hoping for the best.
Yeah, and it is work, because we did struggle for a period with, well, why aren't things, why does it feel fragmented and all that? And I think
especially when people are when people are creative, they need to be around other people. There's times when you're being creative that you need to be able to go off into your own little zone out from everything and get into it. But there are other times where creativity comes from ideas and like diversity of ideas and being challenged on your ideas.
Yeah.
And having arguments about things, you know, that's all part of it.
Creative tension, I call it.
Creative tension, exactly.
Right.
This stuff is all good. This is the stuff that keeps you alive and makes you work out, like, why do I feel so strongly about this when I'm getting into a debate with somebody about it?
Yeah.
If you're sat at home, how are you having that? You're not. You're just doing your version of things.
Absolutely. I think creative tension is one of the best things. I think if everyone in the room in the creative industry agrees, you've got a problem.
Yeah.
You need to have the disagreements in a constructive way. You need to have the disagreements and the bouncing off each other.
Oh.
So, feeding onto something, what happened?
I was just going to pull the mic out and
it's
ruin
fine,
everything.
Is the mic okay? Mic's okay. Fantastic. We've not got many to go.
I was just going to pull it out so I could start shouting and swearing.
Just a few more questions. How long have we been going?
Forever. It feels like
25. Do you know what?
20 minutes maybe? It doesn't actually.
Oh, he doesn't say.
I need to go in.
It's fine.
And it feels like a lifetime.
You know when I said 20 minutes, it's probably going to be like an hour. It's fine, we'll just go with it. So,
this might be the first one you edit.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. So, I guess it's based on perks, right? So a lot of companies have perks now.
Yeah.
And we have perks, and other companies have perks, and everyone goes on about perks. And there's all these different things people want, whether it's a Netflix subscription or private medical insurance or whatever. But I think nowadays, right, people are wanting so much more than just your basic perks. What are your views on perks now? Because I actually start feeling that when a company comes in and goes, right, we're going to give you all, I don't know, a subscription to something that gets you discount at the high street.
Yes.
It's a nice to have, but it's not what people are actually after.
No.
It'd be great to get your views on that.
Ah.
And I guess what companies are giving to employees as well.
I think it's this thing as well of what's new and fresh.
Yeah.
And there didn't used to be loads of companies giving that stuff out.
Yeah.
So when it started, it was like, oh.
Yeah, we used to.
And then you find out you've got to put in a code to a thing, to send you an email, to add a thing, to do a thing, and then you get 10p off and you go, oh, I can't be bothered using this app anymore. So I think the thing is to only introduce things if you know they're really going to get used and if they're going to be valued. So you have to ask your people first and foremost, what do they want?
Yeah.
They don't get to decide the final thing, but you get their input on what they'd be interested in. And then you need to promote the hell out of it all year round, because how often do you, how often do you like bring something in that's really good and people forget that it exists? So if you're going to introduce it, promote it continuously, and then also analyse it on at least an annual basis as to how many people are using it.
Yeah, so that's important.
And if it's not being used, it's not working, change it for something else. But also the whole flexibility. It's like you're playing like me.
This is going really well.
Imagine how long it'll take me on this
But I agree. It's the whole. It's the watching things, right? And there are people using it.
Yes.
Because if they're not, they probably don't want it.
Yeah.
Right.
And you could be spending money on something that people might even prefer just going out for lunch as a team instead of the money that you were spending on a particular benefit.
And I think especially in today's world where people are home working, they value that, the lunches out together, way more than £2 off at Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I did a good exercise with the team that's quite a fun, quick one, where I just said, imagine us in 6 months' time. Like, what are we doing? What are we working on? Who are we working with? How do we work? What's making us happy? What does the office look like? What are we doing as a team? Like, what things are we doing in the office that's making us happy? What are we doing out of the office? So people just wrote. We had like 5 or 10 minutes to just write. Like, didn't matter how people wrote it. They just kept scribbling and scribbling. And then we all shared it afterwards and got this real sense of like, what is it people would actually ideally like to see? And then you get a sense like, actually, what do they want? They told you what they wanted because they weren't being asked, what do you want in this? They were just writing without thinking. It was really good.
That's a nice idea, isn't
Yeah.
it, Steve?
Very good idea.
It's a really easy one.
We're going to do that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Video evidence of you saying that.
I won't put. Yeah, there's video evidence. I won't put you on the spot for what you want now, Steve. But we'll get there. So while we play, I've got one more question, and then I've got two slightly different ones, a bit off topic.
Here we go.
For the normal, this one is really difficult to do. Yeah, you've got to just get the pace exactly right. You see when I actually got it in the hole and it bounced out and went down again?
Yeah.
That was a bit, it's really difficult.
Roll on minute 50.
You know, you know what, I think actually when I look at it, we're about half an hour in. It's not too bad. Oh, I was so close. And how many holes we got left? 4. Yeah, we can do this last 3 questions. It's okay.
Maybe we move on from this.
Oh! No, let's move on. Let's move on. Right.
No, I'm in.
So.
I'm in. I'm out. Right, I'm definitely over this hole.
It's quite funny, that, isn't it? It's quite. Oh dear.
Right.
Okay. Right. We'll move on to this one. It looks a bit easier.
This is slowly killing me inside.
I'm loving it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So, what are your top tips? I know we've spoken about a lot here. A lot.
Yeah.
We won't focus on the golf. We'll focus on the top tips.
I have no tips for golf.
What are your top tips for cultivating an amazing team?
Good question. I think get really clear on what you do and why. Like I said, it keeps coming back to this community thing and being part of something. Sorry, I'm just put off by your
Sorry, yeah, I moved
approach.
weird, didn't I? I'm gonna. This is like
trick shots.
Didn't work. Sorry, top tips.
Yeah,
for
get really clear on what it is that you do and why and what your purpose is, and share that with everybody. People want to feel part of something, that they're on board with something, and they know what direction they're going in, and they know how they play a part in you achieving that, and they get regular feedback about whether as a company you're achieving those things you're setting out to achieve. We do a lot of appraisals with people where we ask the team about how they find the process, and we say, and do you know how those objectives then feed into the business achieving what it needs to achieve? And quite often we get told no. And I think managers and senior managers think that they're being clear about why people need to do stuff, but they're not. They're just giving them jobs to do.
Yeah. And it is worth saying.
This is like ice hockey now.
Just off the back of that, you, Sally, have helped set up our processes and systems and monthly catch-ups and how that comes into the business goals and all that sort of stuff. And genuinely, I'm not saying this because you're on the podcast, it's genuinely amazing.
No, thanks.
It's genuinely brilliant. I would say, and this isn't a sales thing, but you, Sally, if you're looking for HR, because we've got it so everyone's annual appraisal, you go into what they want to achieve, but what are the business's goals?
Yeah.
And how do we link both together?
Yeah.
And then you set objectives for the year, and then you have monthlies and quarterlies.
Yeah.
And I guess, Steve, I'm not going to put you on the spot here. I am. So you're quite new to this business, and you know the business goals, but you've also got your quarterly goals and monthly catch-ups. Would you say you know what you want to achieve, but also how that feeds into the business's goals?
Yeah, 100%. I feel the business looks after me, and you know what I you know what I want to achieve. I think it helps massively.
Yeah, but that, being honest, was what you did for us.
Oh.
Because I didn't know how to, as a business owner, I didn't know how to translate that into a structure.
But I think that's what happens when you're in a business. It's anybody who does what they do for themselves or for other people finds it difficult to see and think things through clearly.
Yeah.
You almost need like a sounding board. That's where HR isn't just about the policies and the processes. It's like, I need a sounding board of somebody who understands people and understands how things get communicated to people. And I need to be able to tell them all the things that matter to me and all the problems that I'm having at work and all the issues I'm having and all the things I think could be better. I need to offload that on somebody who can then find a way to bring that together in a positive, engaging way to help me better achieve what I want to achieve with my people.
Absolutely. And that, I believe, is what good, you know, HR, we're going to come on
Yeah,
to
see,
that.
Sally, good at HR, at golf. That is what I've learnt today. Thank you for the lesson.
No, but HR has this...
Oh! Oh my God!
You said
Oh my God! Oh my God!
There you go. We'll just call you the winner now, shall we?
Oh my God!
There you go. I've never seen
Oh,
someone
my heart
so
is
happy.
singing right now. Oh, because honestly, I felt like the biggest loser.
No, but now you're the biggest winner.
Oh, I think we should finish on this hole.
Do you want to do the final two, or do you want to finish?
No, I want to finish.
We're going to finish before we do the final two, but I do have a couple more questions.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm
going to stand on the mound like a winner.
And we're going to keep the ball in there,
Ask
right?
me your questions.
So, yeah, no, I completely agree, and I think that's what good HR is, right? People look at HR as, I think in organisations, as, oh, they're the bad people. But it's not about that. It's about how does HR grow business and people.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. That's good HR.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
And how can you, when you're in the middle of it, work it all out?
Yeah.
You need somebody. I'm like a therapist.
No, you are, because I come from making films. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to have the business's goals and have the team's goals and marry it all.
Also, you'll bring your own personal needs and thoughts to it, which are outside of what is ideal as a manager to do.
Yeah.
And so you need somebody who's going to either reel you in a bit when you reel you in. Get it?
Reel you in.
You need somebody who's going to do that if you're going off in completely the wrong direction, and you need somebody who's going to be a bit strict with you, and you need somebody who's actually going to go, do you know what, you're being a little bit harsh and you're expecting a little bit much there, and maybe if you tried this you would do better.
Absolutely. And this leads me on to a completely different topic.
Okay.
So if people are not aware, we have a TikTok megastar on our hands here. Okay, this is true. Sally is like TikTok famous.
I'd forgotten about the TikTok bit.
But I find this fascinating, right? So, and I genuinely do, I know we've spoken about that over the years. You run a HR firm, which typically people look at HR firms and go professional services, kind of corporate, kind of boring. But then TikTok is this cool, young, hip platform. Okay, it's come on a little bit now, but it's but you've actually
I'm cool,
used
young,
it
and hip, but
to grow your business.
You're
saying you're not cool, young, and hip, but you have used it to grow your business, and it's been successful. To the point now you educate people on how to use TikTok.
I didn't see that coming.
This is important in our world because we make video. TikTok is video. Whether you know, it is what it is. So, you know, you've had some of your TikToks, right? I've had millions of views. Okay. And I guess it's just interesting in a short snapshot. How has it worked for you, and how do you use it, and what have you done, and what's your view on it? Yeah,
I think the first thing is I literally came at it from the fun element. I didn't get into it because I thought we were going to make money from it or achieve a certain goal or objective from it. I literally came at it from a point of, I'm enjoying this and I want to do it more. And I was doing it first personally, and then thought, why not start doing it for the business? Especially I was using it on LinkedIn, where everybody was being very professional and very boring. And like you talked about how people see HR, and it was COVID and everybody was doing all redundancies and talking about all of those all that stuff that was just really a bit depressing and a bit serious. And I just thought, right, I'm just going to throw out a TikTok. And I was in a dressing gown with my hair up in a towel with a glass of gin. And it just got a great response, because people, and it's the same that I'm talking about with your teams, like people need a break from all the stuff that they're seeing all the time. We all know there's serious stuff going on, and there's times at work where you've got to get your head down and you've got to get stuff done. But I think sometimes we use it in the team where if you can see the team's feeling really like, oh, I'm in it and I'm up to here and I can't take a break, I'm like, right, come on, let's make a TikTok. And the minute everybody gets out of that work thing and they're up doing silly dances or like lip syncing to something, I get the team involved now. Force them to get involved. But it just gives us all something fun to do at work and a breakout from it, and that came from me using it and then starting to use it with the team, and now I use it as part of the induction process. So everybody who joins the business has to do a TikTok in their first week, normally their first day if we can.
Nice, like that.
And you know, every single person goes, oh god, I don't want to do it, and then they're like, la la. It always goes really well, and it means as well, we had it today, we went and met a client this morning, And I said, oh, this is Louise. And she said, oh, yes, I saw her on the TikTok.
Absolutely.
Now, how often do you get that when you have a new team member that your clients know straight away who they are, but because they've seen them on a TikTok doing something fun or silly, they recognise them. And I think that's a lovely way to do it. Video brings people to life and it brings personality to life. And it tells people that we're not your average HR company.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're not. You are very different to most, which is a good thing as a company. So final thing. Shall we walk back and talk while we do? Are you wanting to finish, or are we done?
Yeah, I was itching to have another one then, but I don't want to ruin it now.
So game's done. We don't know who won.
Yeah.
We'll find out in the edit.
I did leave my teacup, and that's making me feel bad.
Oh, where?
I don't know.
Oh, in fact, I left my coffee cup there, but I was going to get it at the end.
Oh, okay, we'll get it at the end.
That's fine. Well, oh no, sorry. Well, we're going to walk off now, so let's get it now.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Sorry, Steve. This is weird, isn't it? You get your tea, I'll get my coffee. And then Steve,
where's your coffee?
Just there. I left it there at the start.
Okay.
And then Steve, we'll walk this way. And then we'll go on to the final question.
Steve? Who is it? Me!
Oh, she put it there. I see. Well, sorry, this is a little interlude. I do think I absolutely smashed that, didn't I? I won that by quite a lot.
Yeah.
I won that by quite a lot. Some would call it a demolition.
In a professional opinion, I think you might have
Just one. Yeah, thanks. Absolutely. Anyway, so, final question.
Were you talking about me when I was here?
Final question. Oh, do you want me to take your club?
Okay.
I can take it. Because final question is about your career and how you got into starting. I'm always really interested in how people start their businesses and how they get into it. I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
There's some stat out there, like 80% of people who are in jobs wish they had a business. So I'm always fascinated by it.
Yeah, don't do it.
So, well, yeah, there is that. So you obviously have had a great career, Nickelodeon, BBC, lots of different places.
Yeah.
But then you came back to Harrogate and started Limelight a number of years ago now. So just tell us about that and your kind of, in a short thing, your business journey.
I think the need to be creative about how I did things was really important to me, and that freedom aspect. And I really believe strongly in a lot of things that I do and feel very opinionated about them. And so I just really wanted to do HR in the way that I thought was going to be really useful for people. And to do it with small businesses, because otherwise, how else do they get that support? And that seems such a shame that all the people that work at small businesses shouldn't have some form of HR support and doing things right and making sure that people are happy at work. And also there's more flexibility in a small business. You can, do things a bit differently. You can make changes really quickly. And I just found in some of those bigger businesses, there's the whole politics bit, and there's so much that gets introduced just because you have to introduce a new project or a new process, and it doesn't work for people, and then I had to be the face of it. And I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to do stuff that works. I want to keep things simple and basic and straightforward. The end goal is make people happy, and then they do lots of good stuff and feel really good about themselves, and they go home feeling happy. It's pretty basic, and I just want to do that.
Amazing. I love hearing that. It's the human touch on it, and it's making it great.
It just so happens my knowledge is HR, so I want to use that to do it.
Yeah, amazing. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
Mini golf.
I have to say, it wasn't as enjoyable as I thought it would be.
It's our first.
Can we do something again where I'm the winner?
Yeah, you can come back on, and we'll do some other.
Yes.
We'll figure that out.
I'll go and practice something, and
because that for me, I love this stuff. It's been a fascinating topic. I try and make the culture and everything run through my business because I'm genuinely fascinated. It's a subject I love, and I think you do it fantastically.
Yeah, and no, you're a natural at it, and it's lovely helping businesses like you to do the good stuff.
No, thank you. That's really kind, and thank you for coming on because it's been a bit of a different podcast to what we've had. But I like it because I think it's really relevant. In terms of the topic, and it's our first activity one. So, in the comments, let us know if you like this kind of podcast, or if not. What's that saying? If you've got nothing nice to say, don't say
don't say it at all.
So that's that. I will see how it goes down.
And don't tell me.
No, I won't.
I don't want to
hear. Sorry. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify. Subscribe, please, if you get value from it. If you don't, we'll still keep making them. Don't care. And thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
It's been really nice.
Sort of liked it.
And we'll see you all soon.
Bye.
So that was good. Sally talked a big talk before coming on, but I think that was, what would you call it, Steve? An embarrassment?
Yeah,
it's pretty. I won that fair and square. But I hope you enjoyed that. It's not about how I won. It's about the content. Hope you really enjoyed it. Hope you got a lot of value from it. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.